much Todak tech. Homebois, it's gonna be the Warlords of Celion, secured them victory in game 3, and they're gonna go for the Franco. I think they were definitely considering the Kufra before the Lunox came out, but now that that's here, they need more CC. So I do like this comp from the Homebois.
Yeah, Homebois has a very, very scary composition as well. A lot of CCs, a lot of hook potential as well, kill potential. Alongside that as well, they're three very, very tanky. So the Lunox coming from Lunatix can somewhat deal with the tankiness, but at the same time, the Franco pickup forces Team Lunatix to be put in a situation where if they go for the Melissa, oh no, wait a minute, you know, Franco is a great way to deal with Melissa, Beatrix, yeah, sure, I don't really care. I'm just gonna go in, bite you, there's absolutely nothing you can do. And I feel like Homebois, they're still sticking to their core roots, which is be very, very tanky, you know, try and poke things out, and then go for the pick fight, hoping that Lunatix makes some sort of mistake. But this is a surprise factor, because right now, Team Lunatix doesn't have the strongest frontline potential except for maybe the Cho or the Kaja to kind of do its own thing, but a Hanzo jungle to cut the backlines.
I love it. I think that's a great idea here. So this is a gold lane Lunox. Jungle Hanzo makes a lot of sense because right now Homebois has a super balanced lineup. There is no way you are front to front fighting that without some solid team fighting options. And with only the Kaja and Cho, that's not going to be enough. So they avoid fighting entirely. They just go for the back line. They just go for pickoffs. Don't interact with the Homebois. And I think that's going to be a great game plan for Lunatix.
Well, from what I'm seeing here, based on this draft here, Homebois, they have a very solid frontline draft here. They have a very well-balanced draft between split push, between the front lines, pick lines, as well as poking. Overall, nothing can go wrong for them, but Team Lunatix, they are playing a split push composition, and I'm extremely excited to see how it goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of dawn for the first time here in week 1, day 3. It's going to be the Homebois on the blue side coming off a stellar victory against RSGMY versus Team Lunatix on the red side, currently searching for their first victory of the season.
Now, I'm really worried about this here because, like, Team Lunatix, they're playing on very, very thin waters. Or like on thin ice, sorry, not waters. Thin ice, dangerous waters.
Same thing.
And it feels like their win condition is solely on just snowballing the early stage. Okay, we know how strong Cho is now pre-4 because of the XP deprivation changes into the patch. But besides that, if you're not owning really, really hard, I feel like Lunatix is always going to be running away from Homebois every single time unless they get an isolated pickoff.
But that is kind of how the lineup works in the first place, right? They want to run. They just don't want to fight the Homebois until it's on their turf. This is why you have the Cho. This is why you have the Kaja. They just catch someone out, set up for Yuna to start getting kills, and it's going to be great. We already see Zakas being able to harass Chibi, force him to use the retry kind of early, though I don't think it's going to matter too much since the turtle is going to be up very soon. This matchup in the EXP lane, not too ideal for Sabat as a X-Borg when you're dealing with these tankier, slower heroes. It's always going to be fun for you, so this will be a better testing ground for Kian as a new player.
This is interesting considering that they are
Hold on though,
right now.
Kian in a lot of danger, gonna get flipped over the shoulder of Sabat, already drops his Spiraga armor, Chibi still in front of him, level 4, he's got it, that's the Appraiser's Wrath, smackdown, first blood for Chibi.
Well, that was a very, very nice pick off here coming from Homebois. They understood that the turtle time is going to be coming here. We saw how Qian was trying to clear the creep waves here. Homebois was able to understand that, hey, his next move is going to be running down, caught him by surprise, and then just pick him apart. But now with turtle control in their favor, Lunatix, the only option here is they either force a fight or have Yuna trying to steal it away, but it looks like the steal is about to happen.
Yep, the flicker, Zakas can't get the kick. Warlord going to secure the turtle somehow with 2 junglers in front of him. And that's going to be one objective going into the hands of the Homeboy. Zakas not able to find his pickoff.
My goodness, that was a very interesting attempt, but still Warlord very, very hot on his head, on his feet here. His Sicilian has been really, really on point here, but now we are going to be taking a little bit of a short pause here to figure out what's going to be happening. But what I do know is that Team Lunatix has very, very clear game plans. They made a mistake. They tried to salvage this situation. They understood that this is the composition that we can play around with. Very, very clear objectives. But is it quick? Is it on point? Is it a little bit clean? I would say needs a little bit of improvement. So that is something that I think throughout the game, they will need to start to adapt and learn. And you can see that Homebois is also trying to adjust and try to pick a tell on what Lunatix is trying to do throughout this game.
But based on historical data, though, we know that Homebois, the more mature team, the more experienced team, will usually adapt to these weird situations a lot more quickly compared to Team Lunatix. So understanding that, do you think it was a good idea for Lunatix to go in with a draft like this?
Ooh, that's the thing, right? It's so risky. We've seen Lunatix kind of do it before. In the previous season when Jom and Uni was playing together, right? We have Fanny, we have Beatrix composition. When they were playing that, they love playing this. They're very used to playing a 4-1 strategy. One on the other side, one on the other side. But in this case, this composition that they have right now is not 1-4 strategy. It's going to be like a 1-1-3 fight where you have either the Xbox kind of doing their own thing. But without further ado, looks like the game's about to go. We are going to be heading straight into the game once again. Problems has been resolved, and we are jumping right in right now to see the action.
Yep, thank you very much to our marshals for resolving the problem as quickly as possible. Probably one of the fastest pauses we've had yet, so we can jump straight back into the action. Like we saw, Homebois are currently 1 kill up, not a very big net worth lead, but Lunatix do have a composition that would ideally want to find more pickoffs earlier into the game.
Now that I mentioned it as well, because Homebois, I'm surprised that Homebois is playing this defensively, but now it makes a little bit more sense because based on the XP tally just now, Chibi just hit his level 6, whereas Yuna has been 6 a little bit quicker because of his innate first skill, where he's able to just gobble up neutral creeps along the way. And the reason why Homebois is playing this defensively is they're afraid that Yuna might be stealing away XP from farm from Chibi.
Yeah, they gotta make sure that the Hanzo isn't just coming in and gobbling stuff up from their side of jungle. TV though trying to make an engagement, sets up the stun into the hook, into the Bloody Hunt. Escha gonna be removed from the Land of Dawn before he has a chance to do anything.
Yeah, that's the problem about Team Lunatix's composition. They're playing a 1-1-3 right from the get-go, means that early pressure is pretty hard to actually get some sort of pick-off, especially when Dato is going to be playing on the goal lane here. They need Dato to be a little bit more aggressive, and Aisha and Zakas hasn't been able to set up for this kind of plays, considering how difficult it is that based on Homebois' composition.
Yeah, you expect that Lunatix would have more catching power with Divine Judgment and Way of Dragon, and we can see the Divine Judgment onto Warlord. Not going to be enough though. Here comes Yuna flicking forward. Zakas, he's trying to catch him. Appraiser's Wrath, not going to do too much. Warlord finally going to get kicked back to the jungle and taken out by the members of Team Lunatix. Zorn gets one final hook into the onward. Zakas going to be stun locked forever and removed as a vengeance kill for the Homebois mid lane.
This is good. This is actually good for Lunatix right now here. They have a pretty good solid plan here on how they want to do it, but the mistake was Zakas got caught out. However, Zorn again with his hook.
Bloody Hunt, they catch out Escha again. Killing spree for Chibi on the Fredrin. Yuna looking for something. Seppat dropping real low. Kian losing his Raga armor. Seppat going to be able to get immortality actually just in time, so he will survive that as Zeto drops the half HP. Lunatix may have to back this off. Zakas gonna get hooked forward. Seppat into the onward. Zakas cannot find his kick. Rizal secures the kill on the Lunatix roam.
My goodness, the amount of chain CCs that Homebois has once you get in is nearly impossible to get out. And Zakas, despite having the innate Shunpo and immune here, he wasn't able to do anything. It's just so unfortunate. But at the same time, you can see once again, Lunatix, they have a very clear game plan. Cutting the backlines is easy as long as you have this hunt. So they just need somewhat of a distraction to allow Yuna to do his own thing. But over time, it feels like Homebois needs a little bit more tanky items in order to deal with it here, because Yuna is starting to hurt now, but eventually they will find a way. But the hook!
Zorn finding Zakas. Bloody Hunt sets up an easy kill. Rizal now 2-0.
Oh boy, Zorn is just playing out of his mind. Like, this is the signature Franco that we saw yesterday. And again, not missing a single beat here. Homebois now still playing a little bit safe here, playing very good controls along the objective so far. But let's take a look at the first item priority. Interesting enough, it is going to be a Sky Guardian helmet coming from Chibi. Looks like from the side of Homebois, they want to play a little bit more kiting in the early stage rather than just hard engage and taking objectives.
I'm pretty sure this is a very confident item from Chibi as well. We saw yesterday, whenever he's on Fredrin, first item is 100% anti-cuirass. He goes for Guardian Helmet this game because he knows he's ahead 3-0. This is a score we've not seen from the Brethren since the start of the tournament. Yuna looking for Warlord, but he cannot continue this. And now Zakas is left in the lurch. Forced the flicker out to safety from 4 members of the Homebois.
Yeah, the amount of poke that Team Lunatix can do only so much unless Chen starts to build up his items here. And Ice Queen's one coming in here and there. They still need somewhat of a damage to actually deal with all these chunky bursts. But in this case, Chen is going to get caught out.
Yeah, gonna be knocked up by the Earth Shatter. Bigarga armor already gone. 3 members of the Homebois wailing down on the new EXP laner for Lunatix. And he stands no chance. Zorn currently with a 45% hook rate accuracy.
Yep, at the middle lane as well, we can see Yuna also using his ultimate here to actually break the going for a little bit of rat here, but the hook once again from Zorn. My goodness.
That's gross into the Bennett's Rage. Esha, there is no chance. Rizel killing spree. Homebois are in full control, and Zorn raises his hook rate by another 5%.
Is that 50% hit rate? It felt like 100% to be honest. Every
know,
single
right?
time it zooms in, boom, he got a hook.
Every single time, Yuna not even gonna get a chance to jump onto Warlord before he CC'd, and Chibi secures the turtle just to add insult to injury.
Yuna again trying to make this kind of and that's the downside of having a Hanzo, right? You can only steal, but you can't be the ones in front, and this is gonna be difficult considering that your ultimate has a time limit. So once you use it, you have to make a play eventually, and Homebois, they understand this, and now they're about to make action.
Zorn finally misses a hook. Earth Shatter from the backline. Subba disrupting the back. The kick onto Zorn. Esha is gone. Mega kill. Double kill for Rizel as the backline continues to be dived under. Subba going a bit too far. Chibi with the Appraiser's Ref. Not going to hit anything except for the demon from Yuna. But here goes Rizel flickering forward. Monster kill. Double kill once more for the Beatrix.
My goodness, so much damage. There is a reason why he was the MVP for Homebois yesterday. But at the same time, Yuna is going to try to salvage the situation.
Oh, bloody Han Yuna.
Oh, boy.
Not even going to be able to get a cheeky kill onto Zorn, who's able to recall back with the tiniest sliver of HP. Let's have a look at that instant replay.
Oh, this replay here was just absolutely chaotic because the moment Lunatix clumped up together, Homebois knew for a fact that they have so much damage and tanky ability to actually dive to backlines. And to top it off guard, Chibi was able to hit a big fat appraisal draft and the entire 3-man roster that's doing damage from beside Lunatix, and there was just nothing they could have done about it.
Yeah, this is really bad for Lunatix right now. They have a lineup that needs them to be somewhat even towards the mid-game, but Homebois have already run away with the momentum here. Already a 6,000 net worth lead, not even 10 minutes in. There's only the tier 2 towers left for Lunatix, and they just don't have enough damage. Detto as well as Yuna are not being able to find the kills that could potentially snowball them off of this.
Yeah, they need those DHSs, and it's so hard, especially if Yuna goes for it. Who else can go besides Yuna? Because Dato eventually won't be able to do too much. Divine Glaive is not going to hit as hard as we expect, especially against 3 very, very beefy tank compositions here. And the Brilliance obviously is great, but if you go for a Darkness Pounce, means that you are going to forego your invincibility. And that's going to be a big problem here for Lunatix.
Yeah, they gotta sacrifice something. It's not ideal though. Subbat already disrupting Yuna in the backline. This Edith has been making so much happen across the map. At the very least, Lunatix are able to trade the top tier 1 for that Lord. It's the first Lord of the game, shouldn't be too difficult to take out. But Homebois are very strong right now. They could even use this to potentially threaten an inhibitor.
You know, the question here is, Team Lunatix, they've got so much pick-off potential, but who do they pick off? Because if you think about it here, if they try for Warlock once again, they have so much stopping capabilities from Homebois to stop that from happening. You've got the stuns from Edith, you've got the taunt from Chibi, you've got the Sanguine Claw, you've got the hook. There's just so much CC coming from Homebois.
Yuna got very close actually, dropping to Rizel at 40%. Goes to show that Hanzo has damage as long as he's given enough time to do it. It's just that the rest of Lunatix are no longer tanky or durable enough to walk in front and buy time for this Hanzo. And that's proving to be a massive issue for Lunatix.
Oh boy, look at how they dealt with the ult coming from the Yuna here. Every single time showing himself, he's doing damage, but what damage are you going to do if you're not able to move at all? And that's going to be the CC game that Homebois is going to try to do. And it's smart because they're just choking it out. They're just baiting out major important spells from Lunatix. And because of this, they're just losing so much map pressure because of this.
Yeah, textbook gameplay from the Homebois. They understand Lunatix's weakness, doesn't allow them to take any control in the early game, and after that their comp falls off hard. Homebois make sure not to disrespect their opponents, plays it slow, plays it meticulous, but also with the signature Homebois aggression.
Now, let's take a look at items as well. Raijo, he just got his Haas Claw, doesn't even need his Winds of Nature. That's pretty ballsy, but at the same time, considering that he's like a 3k net worth lead compared to Dato, why not, right? Why not? Why do I even need the Winds of Nature? Because the only physical damage here is gonna be Cho, Hanzo, and Export, but none of this tree can actually threaten him.
Yeah, Rizal does not feel the need to go for defensive itemization right now. Why would he? 7-0. Zorn, conceal play, going to whiff that Iron Hook there. Not sure if Lunatix didn't even see them or they were just slow to respawn. But the Homebois are completely out-tempoing their opponents.
But that's the thing, right? Team Lunatix just needs one big good fight in order to turn the tide in their favor, and that's going to be picking off high-value targets. And that high-value target is going to be Raijo as well as Chibi. If they can get a single kill on 2 of those heroes, immediately it gives a little bit of hope towards Team Lunatix, but still, one fight is not going to be enough for them to actually even out the scores.
Yeah, this is a really tall order for them right now. You can see just how much advantage Homebois were able to get with that last Lord push. These are crazy numbers. You expect this from an 18-minute Lord, not from the first Lord of the game. That's not even enhanced. Homebois have full control. Like you said, Terrence, I don't feel like even a single fight victory is going to be enough for Lunatix to claw this back.
Yeah, they need to find a way here unless unless Yuna is able to do something about this Lord. Like, he needs to find a way to steal it here, because right now he does have the charge. He's all the way back in the base. He's sending up his clones out now to check the information, but maybe it's a little bit too preemptive here, considering that the Lord is not even half HP, but it does get resetted, so that means it's going to be the dance around the Lord once again.
I would probably want to pay attention to Subbat's movements. He will be going into the back line, gets us the onwards onto Kien, but the Export is very tanky. He'll be fine for now. Zorn gonna walk into the brush, get pulled back by the Divine Judgment, but Lunatix will be forced into a fully defensive retreat. They know that they cannot fight Homebois head on.
This is smart. This is good. Like, don't take a improper fight here. Lunatix, they're just weighing their options right now, and if they're able to find a proper fight, that's going to be the way to go, but it seems like they are going to begin the fight.
Yeah, Chibi in the front line. Zak is not able to get the kick angle. He still has Way of the Dragon. Chibi going to be jumping into the back. Zak is going to be pulled back, dropping a lot of HP, somehow escaping with a tiny sliver of HP. But Team Lunatix will just be forced to retreat once again. No chance of contesting this as Chibi secures it with the Appraiser's Wrath.
Now, Chen, oh my goodness, Chibi didn't even need to use the Retribution for the Lord. Steals the purple buff away from Team Lunatix. Well, all potential chance of Lunatix making a comeback is slowly crumbling to pieces because Homebois is not giving them any kind of room to try and make a comeback out of this, because Homebois just got everything checked here. Like, based on the checklist, step 1 to 10, every checklist in the book in order to secure the victory has been checked out. It's all about closing the game this time.
I agree with you there. It feels like Homebois has just done this to perfection. This is a team that's very experienced, very confident. And now they're going to be even more confident as the Luminous Lord going to be crashing into the mid inhibitor, doing a good amount of damage. Yuna's Spirit not even going to last very long. Our inhibitor has fallen. Homebois are going to be looking for more. Esha flickering from the back line, gets the pull onto Rizal, but he flickers out to safety himself. Appraiser's Wrath going to miss entirely. His last sanity zones out the rest of the Homebois. But 5 members alive on both teams still. Not a bad result for Team Lunatix as long as they're able to continue clearing out the minion wave. The Demon going to tank the damage from Renner's Apathy, but no more Divine Judgment for Esha. Zak is not able to get the angle for the kick either.
Oh boy, this is tough. This is rough. Like, if Esha was able to get Rizal like 5 minutes ago, probably that would have been a kill for Team Lunatix to kind of scale back in the game. But considering that now he's level 15, he's 6 slotted with Haskell, getting himself full HP is just like 2 auto attacks away from any minions or targets right there. And this is going to be tough, but they are going to try again.
Zakus looking for the kick. Earth Shatter onto 2 members onwards. Zakus gets pulled back, taunted forever. Immortality popped on the Cho. Cho gonna flicker away. Zakus just somehow getting out, but the Appraiser's Wrath finishes him off with the Renner's Apathy. Legendary streak for Rizal. Here comes Yuna, and there goes Yuna. Estapa jumps in the back line, loses his immortality under the crystal. He's gonna dash out to safety. All 5 members of the Homebois are still alive and kicking.
Wow, a lot of damage, but at the same time, no more inhibitors from the side of Team Lunatix. And Homeboy says, you know what, we are going to try and force the issue right now.
Esha gonna be zoned out, last insanity on top of Rizal. Beatrix gonna lose immortality here and dropping real low, but he dashes over the wall as the Iron Hook catches Xborg. Kian loses immortality, uses Flicker, somehow escapes the grasp of the Homeboys.
Oh boy, a little bit too close here. Quick fingers coming from Rizal here to swap between his Winter Trinket as well as immortality, because if that did not happen, he would have just died then and there, and that would have given the gold that Team Lunatix they need, as well as XP, to kind of scale back to this game. So fortunately for Homeboys, they almost threw the fight, but still, it is still within Homeboys' control right now, because again, Lunatix, you can see the desperations are starting to kick in, but they are a little bit more refined in how they are picking their fights now, because it's gotten to this stage.
Yeah, as long as that desperation is able to keep them in the game, they'll go for it every single time. I gotta give props to both teams for that attack there. Homeboys for making sure not to over-invest despite a 10k net worth lead, and Lunatix somehow being able to keep their base alive, trading only Zakkus' life against a full 5-man siege.
This is interesting, the movement coming from Homeboys. They're setting up an ambush with both Zorn as well as Rizal, hoping to actually catch off Yuna if Yuna decides to push out on the lane himself. But is that the wisest choice? Because as of yet, Lunatix, that's a good game plan, but I think they're just too afraid to even push out at this stage.
Yeah, they have to be. They have to be so wary, but I do like that there's still some aggression here. We can see how Esha and Zakkus are positioned, potentially catch out any stragglers. Kian gonna be trying to scout out, provide vision. They know this next Lord will be a win condition for the Homeboys. Oh, no, there's gonna be a bloody hunt onto Zakkus. Make sure that he cannot dash forward. Already taking a lot of damage, dropped to 60%. The Lord will fall, and Homeboys will instantly walk away, saying that their job is done.
Oh my goodness, they got the good read on Asia as well. They knew for a fact that he is going to be flanking from the sidelines, going for the Divine Judgment, because that's happened just now against Rizal. But this time, Zorn got the good read, went for the concealed play, but unfortunately was able to stop the track. But now, let's take a look at the items real quick here. Almost everyone is almost 6 slaughtered as well. Data is pretty strong. A couple more items coming in from Xbox as well as Kaja is needed in order to kind of even the score, but it might be a little bit too late considering that the Lord is going to be coming in. I feel like this is going to be a do-or-die situation for Team Lunatix, and with not having immortalities here, it's going to be tough, especially dealing against Chibi.
Yeah, the Lord going to be crashing in. Yuna doing a good amount of damage to Warlord in the backline. As going to pop Primal Wrap, drop down. Warlord is actually dead here, but so is Zakkus. Legendary streak for Rizal. His last insanity onto 4 members of the Homeboys does not do enough damage. Esha going to lose immortality. Death will force the flicker backwards, but they got the killing spree on today. Edith as well. Rizal going to be inside the Brilliance. Deso gets the shutdown onto Rizal, and now Homeboys are forced in a full retreat as the final hit gonna find Zorn, pop immortality. Conceal does not save him from the mega kill that Yuna earns in defense of their crystal.
This is so smart coming in from Yuna. He's just taking advantage of his fury by regenerating it from this base, and then just keep on resetting all the way through, because of the fact that when he uses his skill onto his multiple minions, he's able to get those charges so quickly, and because of that, everyone from Homeboys just did not expect the amount of damage that Yuna is doing, and Yuna is just making it work. And this is the team fight that Lunatix needs in order to make a comeback, because slowly but surely, if Homeboys doesn't have an answer to deal with Yuna, things are gonna go south.
That base defense has changed the entire dynamic of the game. That was a Luminous Lord push with 5 members. The fact that Yuna was able to get Warlord instantly, and then the rest of Homeboys were just diving a little bit too deep. Understandably, they have a lot of damage, but Rizal flickering forward here is not the play just to go for Esha. The Kaja matters nothing at this stage, and he's just buying so much space. This is where Hanzo becomes a big pain in the butt. He is full build.
You know, it's funny considering that the fact that, you know, he didn't have this much damage and mobility prior to this fight, because every single time Homeboys, they see the Yuna coming in, they will try and chain CC and clear the clones as quickly as they can. But this was the only time that Homeboys kind of ignored it, and there's a reason why you need to kind of dodge the Hanzo, right? It just brings so much damage, and for Warlord to kind of just get killed right from the get-go. It's crazy, and it's no surprise. Look at the damage dealt coming from Yuna. 88,000.
Divine Judgment and Way of the Dragon, and Zorn is bursted into oblivion. Yuna not going to be able to jump on Rizal, but he forced the Wind of Nature out. That's going to be on cooldown for the next Lord fight.
My goodness, this is huge. This is a little bit unexpected as well. Team Lunatix pulling in a very, very big surprise here, but they're hanging on for sure. But with that economy kind of shifting back here, they kind of equalizing the score against Homebois. And with now Chen having those Ice Queen wands, everyone from the side of Homebois is slowly losing that mobility to actually try and threaten the backlines as much as we saw in the earlier stages of the game.
Homebois may be getting a taste of their own medicine here.
Zakus.
Could this be the reversal? Kian and Zakus zoning out Homebois into their own jungle. Chibi keeping vision on the Lord. Kian gonna get flipped back over the shoulder. Last Insanity comes out. Warlord is dead in the backline. Rizal gonna be chased down by Zakus as he kicks him in the wrong direction. But maybe his job is done. Sabat still trying to buy time. Try to jump on top of Yuna, who is actually TP'd into the fight. But he's not gonna be able to jump on top of him. He'll get Zakus as a bit of consolation prize. Kian dropping very low, but he still has his immortality somehow. And Yuna refreshes, comes back in with the ultimate. Not going to be able to do too much with the Winter Trunkian coming out of TB. The Iron
Oh my God!
From Zorn! Pulling Esha across the world into the hands of Sabat, gaining another kill for the Homebois.
Oh my goodness, the minions working on the crystal as well. They need to back off. Dato is able to defend this. They hold on for now, but the fight is still going on here.
With the hook onto Kian once again. Last Insanity comes out of Kingdom of Life. Lord Knockup actually saving the X4's life. But for what? This objective will finally fall into Homebois' hands, and Lunatix will now have to prepare for another defense of their lives.
Warlord not having the time of his life at all. But let's take a look at the replay here on how things happen here. Obviously, this hook, my goodness, Zorn able to hook the Kaja mid-animation and then catching that. That is not an easy thing to do. That is not an easy thing to do at all.
Not simple, but so is this push. Homebois have tried this once before, and Lunatix have foiled their plans. Esha as well will be back for this Lord dance, but the waves are synced, and Homebois are going to be pushing this in with their Fuel Fury. Lord going to be taking a good amount of damage here from Yuna. Kian going to be taunted. Zorn looking for the hook, not going to find it. Sabat gets knocked up. Kian as well. Lord still pushing in. Very healthy, 50% HP. They're going to pop the immortality on the TV as Last Insanity applies slow to the entire team of Homebois, and Kian gets the shutdown. Zakus with the Way of the Dragon kicking Rizal into the Divine Judgment. Immortality pop. Rizal is dead. Yuna with the unstoppable streak in defense of their crystal. Homebois fails again.
Yuna is just so damn annoying. This defense coming in from Lunatix is just crazy. The turtle defense coming in is just insane because of the fact that they've got so much dodge capabilities here. Brilliance from Dato to buy time, Firaga armor to buy time, and as long as all this time is being bought here, it allows Yuna to keep on resetting his ultimate here, and eventually Homebois needs to find a way to deal with it, and because of that, they're just getting completely demolished. And I did not expect this at all, but Homebois, they're fumbling because of this.
Zakus gets the kick once again onto Sabat. Way of the Dragon into the team. They get the hook onto him, but it's not going to be enough. As Last Insanity from Kian, Esha flickers forward and instantly dies. He was not expecting that. Immortality pop has to dash back to safety. Lunatix has lost their minion wave. They get TV and Rizal, but it's still not going to be enough.
I did not expect this at all, but Lunatix is pulling some really, really crazy pocket strategies. Should not have went this way to go, but, you know, they played it to their strengths. Yuna was able to find that one mistake from Homebois, and one is all they need, because with this Lord push advantage, it actually equalized the score for Lunatix, and Lunatix is able to keep up in terms of economy this time compared to, what, 5, almost 10 minutes ago in this fight. And I don't know what to say, because Team Lunatix, they looked like they were about to lose this game, but Homebois, you know, that's the beauty about MPL, right? Expect the unexpected. But now, based on these items here, everybody's all maxed out. It's all about those immortalities and Winter Trunkian swaps now.
Yeah, everyone is full build now. We can see even the switch. Yuna going for Sea Halberd, switching out that Blade of Despair just to take down the tankier members of the Homebois. This situation here, ladies and gentlemen, is unbelievable. The Homebois are fumbling in a game where they had a 10,000 net worth lead. We are in a crazy meta right now where anything can happen. And the Hanzo base defense has been incredible.
I did not expect this here. Like, this is pretty early for the day number 3 here, first week. I did not expect this kind of game. None of us, I'm pretty sure in the audience, in the viewers here, were expecting Lunatix to put Homebois in this situation. And what a way to start the play day 3 here in the regular season. It's crazy. But now, when it comes to this Lord dance here, it seems like Homebois, they are going to try to think of a different approach now. They're no longer thinking about going for a front-to-front matchup now. They're setting up with Zorn as well as Ryzel. They're going for an ambush, and if they are able to steal the crystal away while Team Lunatix is not home, that's going to be a win for Homebois. I guess that's going to be the idea that Homebois is going to be thinking, or if even better still, get a kill onto Yuna.
Yeah, I think that's the goal. They're gonna bait the Lord, wait until Yuna sends out his ultimate to try and catch it, and then maybe send Franco as well as Beatrix. Looks like they're making their move down in the bottom lane here. There's only going to be 2 members defending. They're actually gonna rotate over to the Lord, try and go for a pincer movement as Yuna sends in his ultimate. Onwards onto the export. Lord dropping quite low, knock up onto 3 members. Here comes Zorn, here comes Ryzel.
Oh!
Yuna gets the Lord! Now they have to get out. Bloody Hunt onto Esha. He has been slain by Ryzel. Iron Hook onto Zakas, forcing the flicker to safety. Kian losing immortality. Zakas drops his immortality. Jetto flickers forward with the brilliance. Is that a wise idea here? He is now trapped between 5 members of the Homebois. Immortality pops. Yuna coming in to try and save him. Jetto is gone. Supat pops immortality. But Lunatix may have made a mistake over investing here, as we have 5 members of the Homebois alive, trying to threaten the crystal.
He's not over yet. It's 3v5. Yuna is still alive. He's got the power potion as well. He still has the damage, but here he comes again. The Lord still hanging on.
Yep, Yuna jumps in, looking for Ryzel. Last insanity to get Kian to safety. Yuna not going to be able to get the kill. He's been stunned for quite a while. The Lord is broken. Zakas is dead. Homebois are pushing in.
Trying. They're
no
trying.
ultimate from Kian.
The minions.
Ryzel is on the crystal. Homebois defies the odds, denies the dreams and hopes of Lunatix, and ends game 1 with a victory.
You can see the sigh of relief coming from Daddy as well. And they did not expect this, but neither did us, because this is a pretty